Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel MANO VIGYAN. I'm your psychologist friend Shreya. So as promised last week, this week we have come up with a new video which is regarding how to improve our emotional intelligence. As well, we had promised that I'll be coming up with a video which will be regarding how to assess our emotional intelligence with the help of tests. That video I'll be doing in the upcoming weeks, as we'll have to talk about in detail regarding the history of emotional intelligence test, how it started and how it has evolved. Therefore, we'll be touching upon those topics in the next video. So this video we'll be talking regarding how to improve our emotional intelligence. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So your next question could be that is it possible to improve our emotional intelligence? Yes, definitely it is possible because all of us are born with some level of emotional intelligence level, and it is very important to improve as it will help us to become better individuals, as well as it will help us to handle critical situations or difficult situations in a better manner. So, how do we improve our emotional intelligence? That is the question mark. So, how do we start with it? First, practice observing how you feel. See, we are in a world which is like fast growing, and we are overly stimulated with the outer things that could be your social media, our outside world. Therefore, we forget to observe our own emotions or try to understand how we feel exactly. So, what happens is when you come across a situation when it is difficult to handle, you don't know how what you're feeling, so therefore instead of responding you react. For example, you don't know the matter of fact that in certain situations you feel overwhelmed. Therefore, when you feel overwhelmed, you don't know that you're feeling that emotion, so therefore instead of responding you react. But when you feel that emotion, you will not react, but you will respond. Therefore, whenever you get some amount of time, take out at least 5 minutes or try to introspect and try to understand. It could be regarding your previous examples. It could be that you may be in some situation where you were irritated. You didn't know how to respond because you don't know that you are irritated. Therefore, you didn't respond but react. So, try to sit introspect. Okay, when I was in that situation where I felt irritated, what did I do? Okay, how should I understand that, I felt irritated, therefore I should behave in a certain way. So when you introspect, you will understand the situation better, the previous situations better, and according to that, you will respond and not react. Because in reaction, whatever comes to your mind, you just blabber it out. But when you respond, you will think and talk. Second, question your own opinions. Now you may think, Shreya, why is it an emotional intelligence? This is also very important. What could happen is at times that you have formed an opinion about a person not by your experiences but by somebody's opinion, or it could be on the basis of bias. Just because few flock of people will come and give you an opinion which would be same or on the similar lines, and then you may form a particular opinion about that person. For example, if somebody comes and tells me, "Oh, Shreya, this person gossips about you," I really don't know whether they're gossiping about me or not. But just because those number of people, like the major part of people came and told me that this is the issue, that is the gossip about me. I really don't know. But still, I will end up assuming or forming an opinion that, oh, this person gossips about me. Therefore, I should stay away. And this happens with our own selves. What happens is just because we would have done some mistake or just because things are not going according to us, we tend to frame opinions about ourselves that, okay, I'm a failure, or, oh, I'm not meant for this. Never ever do that. What happens is when you start forming opinions about yourself in a very negative manner, that will definitely impact your emotions, where you will feel dull, depressed. You have found one bubble, you have found one opinion, So that is not helping you to get out of that, and that is not helping you to grow your emotional intelligence. Therefore, question your own opinions. It could be about others or it could be about yourself. Take responsibility for your feelings. This is very true. People say that, oh, because of him I got angry, because of her I got irritated, because of him I'm upset. You know, the truth is, nobody is responsible for how you feel. It could be that you react or you respond. You are responsible for your own feelings and not others. See, what happens is when you play that blame game, you are not thinking rationally, one. Second is, there is no scope of emotional intelligence growth because you feel that your emotions are determined by how others behave, and you feel that you are not responsible for it. Okay, you don't take the responsibility. So therefore, there is no scope of growth in your emotional intelligence. Therefore, take responsibility for your feelings. Then you can understand yourself better, your emotions better, and that will create self awareness in you. And that will help you to grow emotionally as well as be more mature and in control with your emotions. Take time to celebrate. What happens is that all of us have huge goals, big goals in our lives. But there are some small steps that you will have to take towards it. We don't see those small goals. For example, I'm a person who may get triggered very easily. Okay, when somebody irritates me or somebody talks to me very arrogantly. So, how will I celebrate? For example, if that person is very arrogantly talking to me, I will try to control myself. I will not react. Okay, so that is one small step towards controlling my emotions or becoming more emotionally intelligent. So, I should celebrate it. What happens is when I celebrate, it is like I am reinforcing myself for the positive step that I have taken towards to improve my emotions, right? So, therefore, you should take time to celebrate the positive things. So, that doesn't mean that just because you celebrate positive things, you ignore the negatives or the negative feelings you have. You have to work on it, not suppress it. People, what usually say is, oh, always be positive, always be positive. Yes, you have to. That doesn't mean that you have to suppress your negative emotions, or it becomes very difficult if you don't recognize your negative emotions, because if you don't recognize or if you don't know what it is, then how will you work or improve your emotional intelligence? Therefore, don't ignore that. It could be the same old example of anger. You're angry, you're handling the situation, but how will I try to get over those negative emotion of anger? So think on those lines as well, and don't completely ignore the negative feelings. Learn to look at yourself objectively. Well, you may be that, how is it possible, Shreya? Because it is very difficult, because as individuals we feel that we are right. We are right, we are always right. We have a very subjective opinion about ourselves. We become very defensive because it is about ourselves. So, how do I look at myself objectively? Try to ask opinions of people who play a very important role in your lives. It could be your parents, your siblings, your family, your friends, whomever you're really close to for years, or who play a very important part of your life. Okay, so not necessary that they may always give you the right opinion regarding you. It is not necessary that whatever they say you'll have to agree. No, but you will somewhere analyze and try to understand yourself better, because they have seen you grow for years. So that will definitely help you to look at the world in a very objective manner. Understand what motivates you. What happens is that we set a goal. Okay, I should work towards weight loss. I will exercise for 2 days. The third day, my motivation is gone. So try to understand what keeps me motivated. Another example could be that, okay, I should not get overwhelmed, or I should not react to the situations. I will think on those lines, I will make up my mind, but that will not stay for long. Once or twice, when I come across a situation where I feel overwhelmed, I will end up overreacting. So, Understand what motivates you. For example, the situation like I get overwhelmed when I come across a certain situation. So what is motivating you? Okay, I shouldn't be overwhelmed. Why? If I get overwhelmed, I'll not be in my senses. I will overreact. That will spoil the relationships. That will spoil the environment. So to avoid all that, I should try to work on this aspect of feeling overwhelmed. So this could be one of the motivation for you to stop being overwhelmed. Therefore, try to understand what motivates you or helps you to become a better person. This is very important in emotional intelligence. Acknowledge your emotional triggers. Very, very crucial. What happens is when you don't understand your triggers, you will not respond, you will overreact or react, you will spoil the whole environment, the situation goes out of control, everything is a mess. When you know that, for example, if another person is taunting you, you know that you will get angry, or you know that you are going to react to the situation. Understand that you are getting angry. Just walk out of it. If you don't know how to recognize your trigger, that could be a anger, could be a trigger. If you're not able to understand that, definitely you will, you will overreact. That will become a huge problem for you, right? Another situation could be that you often see your friends social media pages. Okay, you feel very depressed. Oh, they're leading such a beautiful life. Why am I like this? That is not the thing. Try to understand that by seeing these things, you feel upset, you feel down. So try to avoid that. Okay, or try to understand the matter of fact that whatever you see in the social media is not always real, or is not the actual situation. It could be just one part of their lives. Snap it out. This is a very funny representation, but the truth of snapping out is try to get out of the situation is one. Second is try to channelize those negative emotions. It could be that whenever you see somebody's Instagram page, they're beautiful pictures in beautiful locales, you feel that, oh, I have nothing, like I sit at home. You feel all that. Snap out. Try to divert your mind. Do something that will make you feel nice. Do something that makes you feel happy. Even in situation like, you are comparing your lives. You're on LinkedIn. You see people that they're working. And then you know that you're jobless. So what happens is, oh, they are working. Then maybe thinking, like, am I not capable? No, don't ever think on those lines. Just get out of it. Do something that makes you feel better. Or it could be negative emotions as well, like anger, irritation. So try to channelize those emotions in a positive way. For anger, it could be that try to join sports or classes that requires lot of energy. That will help you to channelize your energy. Or you are the person who's very hyperactive. So try to do something that needs more energy, becoming an athlete or getting into sports. So like this, snap out of it is you're channelizing your emotions as well as trying to avoid the negative consequences that can arise. Don't get mad. That is very, very important. What people do is that, as I told you before, at times we tend to react or overreact and not respond when you're mad. What happens when you're mad? Your words are not in your control. Your tongue is not in your control. So you may end up speaking something that will hurt the other person, that will hurt the situation, and the situation may go out of control. If you're the person who gets mad, your emotional intelligence definitely will be hampered because you're not understanding that you should try to avoid, getting angry or getting mad. If you don't do that, definitely your emotional intelligence is hampered. Not just that, it hampers your relationships, it hampers the environment you're in. There's a lot of negative consequences involved. So, therefore, avoid getting mad at others. Be interested. This is very important. Until unless you don't be interested or you're not taking the initiative to change yourself the way you are or to change yourself, it could be emotionally. For example, the feeling of overwhelming, right? So if I'm not interested on working on it, definitely it will not help me. Definitely I cannot improve my emotional intelligence. Therefore, interest is very important. So next is, don't expect people to trust you if you can't trust them. Some people have lot of trust issues. What happens is that when you have trust issues, you don't have anybody with whom you can share things. That will cause a lot of problem because you're not able to express your emotions, you're not able to build that bond, and when you don't do that and you expect that the person trusts you, that is very difficult. So therefore, try to have somebody with whom you can share your emotions, talk to them. That will help you to build your emotional intelligence and take their opinions as well. So it is very important to build that trust factor in a relationship or friendship, anything it could be. It's your choice. At the end of the day, it is you who have to make a choice of, you know, doing that, like, working on your emotional intelligence or not. If you make a choice, definitely it will help you to become a better individual. You will become more aware of your emotions. You know how to handle situations. You know how to talk. You know how to manage yourself. But if you don't make a choice of improving your emotional intelligence, definitely it is going to affect your hampering. So I hope you liked the small video which is regarding how to improve our emotional intelligence. If you have liked the video, please do like, comment so that we can improve upon our upcoming videos, share so that we can spread this across to more number of people with more interesting psychological concepts. Subscribe, and yes, don't forget to hit the bell button to get further notification from our channel. So until the next time, you take care, stay happy, stay positive. Bye bye.